Hello everyone, in today's class we will see how we can establish a local area network using four PCs and inside of it we will use the intermediary devices such as hub. In the progression of these classes we will need later of this class we will include um, layer 2 devices such as switch and so on. As it is the first class, we will simply demonstrate the difference between the different types of cables and the working principle, and we will also go through several IP addressing and classing modes and how to differentiate each of them. So, and for the simulation, we'll use Cisco Packet Tracer, and let's begin on the main part of the designing and the simulation. So here are all the components. First, we'll have to choose intermediary devices such as hub, and for that, I'm going to choose. Here is a hub. Okay, I have chosen PT hub. Okay, with a four port, I guess. Yeah, it has 6 port actually. Okay, then I have to choose some in devices such as a laptop or PCs. We can just simply do that by pressing this. There is a laptop, there is a PC, there's a laptop. Okay, you can choose as many as in devices as your preferences, but for my conveniences, I'm only choosing 4 of them. Now I have to make a connection between them. For it, we have gone through this basic. If the devices are the same, we have to choose the copper straight through cable, and here is it. And the bottom line, you can see that it's written copper crossover cable and copper straight through cable. So if the two in devices are same, then we have to choose copper crossover cable, and the devices are different, then we have to choose copper straight through cable. Since we're connecting the 4 in devices with the central intermediary devices as a hub, we have to choose copper, what is it called? Straight to cable. Okay. So let's begin the configuration connection. Okay, and we have to connect the fast LAN port with the Ethernet and with the hub. There is a 6 port. We can choose any of it. Okay, then with any of the Ethernet port, we have to connect the laptop's Ethernet port, and so for the rest of it. Okay, okay. After we've done it, we have to manually configure this whole network's IP configuration. Since it is a same LAN network, so class would be the same. And based on my preference, I have choose class C IP addresses. So, and we have to know how the class distinguishes. Okay, and here is a chart. Class A IP addresses started from 1 to 126, and the first portion is called the network portion, and then the rest of them are host portion. And if we choose the Class A IP addresses, the things on the network portion is always the same, and that's why I have to configure it in the following order. First, we have to select the PC, then go to the desktop and IP configuration, then select the specific IP addresses. For my preferences, I have chosen Class C IP addresses, so the starting digit would be 192.168.10.1. So these 3 portions are called network addresses, and this would be same for the every single PCs, and the uniqueness will be only be shown on the last digit, which is the host portion. And for the Class C IP addresses, the subnet mask would be 255.255.255.0, and the last one is 0. So we have to assign it also, and it's done. And we have to do it for the same PC. Go to desktop IP configuration. So what would be the IP addresses for this PC or in devices? 192.168.10.1. 10.2. Okay, it's done and also done. Then we have to set up for this in devices 192.168.10.3, and the next one goes on. We're almost there. 192.168.10. What would be the host address? It would be obviously the 4, because this is the last in devices and we're using only 4 devices. Okay, we're almost set up. Okay, now we have to check if the whole LAN network is connecting. So we have to ping the devices with respect to other. So in order to do that, we have to go to the command prompt, then which device we're selecting, PC1. With respect to PC1, we have to select other rest of the 3 IP addresses. We can do it in the following order, being 192.168.10.myhost. At this moment, currently I'm selecting PC1 and its IP addresses was 192.168.10.1. So we have to see the configuration if it is connected with the other devices. So we can just choose any other IP addresses. It could be 192.168.10.234. Okay, I'm just choosing 3. Let's see if it is connected or not. At the moment I press enter, it will send some packet, and in response it will send some acknowledgement. Let's see. Okay, it has sent 4 packets and successfully received 4 packets. So if we measure the efficiency, it is 100% and quite remarkable. And if we do the same experiment with the other PCCs, we have to just simply change the host address. And this next time I have chosen 1, 2 instead of 3, and it is also being connected and packets are being sent successfully and acknowledgement also being received. And finally 1, it is also configured correctly. Okay, so PCs are connected correctly. Now we have to check if the messages are being or processing properly. Successful, and if we also want to see the simulation which takes the overall package, how is going to be being sent from one PC to another, we can also see that, and here is also another fundamental verse. The hub cannot know the every individual species MAC addresses, so it cannot uniquely identify each of the in devices. So what it does, if I try to send packages from this PC to this laptop 0, the hub will do that it will randomly send all of the pieces the packet. But in the Swiss, it can distinguishingly identify each of the pieces with respect to its MAC addresses. So here is the fundamental difference between the hub and the Swisses. Hub basically works in the layer 1, and Swisses works on the layer 2. What is layer 2? Network layer. Okay, let's try to simulate it. For these instances, I'm going to send package or messages from PC1 to PC0. Let's see if it works properly or not. Since hub is a down devices, it doesn't know which one to set, so it's randomly sent every of the package. So the package was being successfully sent, and also the acknowledgement is being received by the sender. Okay, that was all of it for the fast classes, and thanks for watching.